If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on...
So this week, it's the 13th of July today. This week in itself holds relevance to a lot of people. It's a very difficult week still. It's difficult to comprehend what this stands for, what it means, what's happened. But we do it and we go with it and we do as much as we possibly can to just keep it moving. We just keep it moving because that's all we can do. That's what she would want us to do. But it's very telling, and I don't think I've really spoken in depth about the way I feel towards the reactions of people who don't understand why so many of us are grieving for, for Naya, for anybody that's a celebrity. I think people grieve famous people all the time because they have more of an impact on their life and who they are as a person than 70% of their friends and family or people that they've worked with, people that they know in their real life, and don't leave a blueprint on them as much as an imprint on them as much as particular celebrities do. Maybe because we can resonate with them more, we see more of ourselves in them, we relate to them more. For me, there's so many different reasons why Naya meant so much to me, why there's so many people who mean a lot to me that I've never met and I don't know personally. But I don't think that in any way, shape or form should minimize the grief that I feel, or the grief that anyone feels. But for some reason, society has got this weird idea about if you grieve a celebrity or somebody that you didn't know, it's just strange. And I think fuck that narrative, fuck that opinion, fuck all the people that enable everybody else to feel like shit or feel weird or feel like they can't talk about how they're feeling and they can't express their grief because you're just going to be judged for it. And that's how I felt. That's like one of the main reasons why I started the Dear Naya project, because I didn't feel like I had a safe space to express my feelings and say everything that I wanted to say to her, but I wanted to put it out into the universe, and I knew that so many other people were feeling that way. So that's where the project came from, that's why I did it, and that's why I'm so glad that it's is still going strong, and people are still sending letters all the time, so regularly. And I hope that one day, when Josie is old enough, he can read through the letters and understand the impact that his mum had on so many of us, because it was a huge impact, and she was just wonderful, is wonderful, because I don't like talking about it in the past tense, it's very strange. But yeah, she's been wonderful. So I hope that everybody has been okay this week. I know that it's been tough, I know that it will continue to be tough. But we have a very good network of people around us. We've all become these increasingly strong and just a really beautiful community of family, the Nayaholics. We're like a little family, and I'm eternally grateful for every single one of you for just being there for me and letting me rant and letting me cry and letting me share all of like the Glee videos and stuff like that with all of you. It means the world, so thank you so much.
Away with the words of a love song.
I would love to be able to read what I've written. Like, I wanted to do it all from memory and be able to just kind of say it all out loud, but every single time I have tried to read it, I've got very upset. So I wrote it down because I did make a video and I said all of this, so I literally just typed out everything that I was saying. But then I'm not gonna put that because it was just like a blubbering mess, and even I was watching it back and I was like, this is embarrassing, this isn't like a good performative like showcase of emotions. It wasn't it was but I did it the night before the anniversary of her death, so maybe that was why it was so I don't know, but it was a lot. So I will read I'm such an old lady, oh my god. Sometimes we don't realise how important people are to us until they're gone. We don't realise the impact they made on our lives. We don't appreciate them enough in life because we thought they would be around forever. You don't realise that you can work so hard for everything you've ever wanted, only to be gone in seconds in some tragic accident. You never really acknowledged how short life was until you were faced with the death of a young mother, a young woman who you really thought would be around forever. She had so much more to give. She had so many years left with her baby. You can be the most captivating person. You can be funny, smart, unimaginably talented, honest, brave, caring, and warm. You can be bold enough to talk about a decision that you made at 22 where you aborted a baby because you wanted a career. You can build that career and become the blueprint for the most important genre on television. You can advocate for the rights of queer people and become a household name. You can make that decision so worth it because then you can go on to have that baby when you are good and ready and be the most incredible mother. You can write a book that is laugh out loud funny from start to finish, that's honest and wholesome, that's relatable, but all the while making you absolutely untouchable because you're just that much better than everyone else. You can do so much with your life, spend it building a career that spans 3 decades. You can slow things down because your life never really began until you became a mother. You can be naturally good at everything, but it becomes increasingly obvious that the one thing you were born to do is be a mother. You radiate your love and affection for your son. Others are in awe of your nurturing abilities and maternal nature. Everyone can see how great you are in this role. You can talk a year before your death about how you want to slow down your career because there's nothing you love more than being a mum and you don't want to miss a thing. And now you'll miss everything. You are missing everything that you so desperately wanted to be a part of, and it's so unfair, it doesn't make sense, and it never will. You could die tomorrow, and this is a constant reminder that we are not promised our next breath, not now, not ever. So hold your kids, hold your daughters and your friends, tell them you love them. You never ever know when it may be the last time you get to do so. We're keeping it together, we're keeping it together. Yeah, so hope everyone's done okay. I know how hard it is, and I know that it's so difficult to navigate these feelings, and it's so difficult to have to try and explain them to other people, but the truth is we shouldn't have to explain it. Just tell people that you're sad, your heart hurts, you feel sick to your stomach, and you're just really, really fucking sad that such a magnetic force of a human being is no longer present with us, and it sucks. It really, really does. Yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talks. This was going to be more in depth and a lot more to it, but I don't know, I don't feel like I can talk as much, but I will be able to maybe in like a couple of weeks or a month. But for now, you can just how do I do this? Admire this picture of me and Naya from my gorgeous friend Gabby, who I know if you support the Dear Naya project, you probably will have seen me sharing her posts and her pictures there because she's just phenomenal, and she gave this to me as a gift last year, and it's the best, most wholesome, kindest, sweetest, thoughtful thing anyone's ever done for me. I don't want to cry talking about it, but she knows how much I love her. Thank you. So yeah, keep your shit together as best you can, but know that everybody is here for you. We are all in this together, and I am going to try and be more active, more present, because the messages just in the last 2 weeks alone, and since I posted that last YouTube video, you guys are so sweet. Everyone's just so nice to me and about me, but more so I'm so grateful that I can be that pillar of support for anyone who needs it, and I'm glad that the project has helped as many as it has in all the ways that it has, and I will continue to do so, and I will continue to be here and do the best that I can do for all of you. And obviously I know some people have said to me, just sort of like in DMs or in passing, like, oh, I'd love it if you talk about this and I'd love it if you talk about that. And I absolutely will. I will talk to you about many things. Not talk to you, but just like rant about it basically. But I will talk about many things, different things that I feel like need to be spoken about, that aren't spoken about. There's a lot that's been happening just this year alone, that I would like to address and speak about. And also my therapist said that I get very passionate and like the real me ignites when I talk about things that I'm very strongly opinionated on. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, look after yourselves, take care of yourselves. Watch her if you can. If you can't, that's okay. In time, I promise that you will be able to. But in the meantime, just do whatever you have to do to make yourselves feel good and positive, and just live every day as if it's your last, because we genuinely don't know when that's going to be. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.
And I